Do you want to know how to get your gameplay to go from looking like this and your caves looking super pitch black with a stick or not to looking like this and inside of caves actually having some light? Stick around. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to set up our computer itself to give Icarus the best chance to run the best that it can. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to right click on our desktop. We're going to go to display settings, and then once we're in display settings, we're going to scroll all the way down and go to graphics. Once you're in graphics, you want to set this to desktop app, which I believe is the default, but it could be on Microsoft Store app, but you want it to be on desktop app. After you do that, we're gonna pause this for a second. We're gonna go to Steam and go over to Steam. You bring your Steam over, you're gonna right click on Icarus, you're gonna go to properties, you're gonna go to local files, and you're gonna go browse. Once you do that, you're going to copy this directory path, Control C or however you want to do it. Close everything down. We're gonna go back to our graphics. We're gonna go browse. We are going to paste that directory, which I already had up. There's your Icarus, there's your executable application. We're gonna select on this. We're gonna click add. Once you see it, what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on it. You're gonna go to options. By default, Windows does this. Let Windows decide. So that can either go from your dedicated card, which I have the GeForce GTX 1650 or onboard GPU. So you're gonna change it to the high performance, whatever graphics card you have. You're gonna click save, and then you're going to close out of this, and then we're gonna go to our game. Now that we are in Icarus, a few settings that we're going to change here. If you're on high, this is what I recommend. Wherever you are, drop it down one. Okay, so if you're having graphics issues on Epic, drop it down to high. If you're having issues on high, drop it down to medium. If you're having issues on medium, drop it down to low. Now, I know that sounds counterproductive because we're trying to make the game look better, but actually customize our settings. So I'll just drop it down one so you can give your GPU more processing power is basically what we're gonna do. I usually play on Epic, so I'm gonna go to high. From there, what I'm going to do, a few things I'm going to edit. So view distance, you're gonna put that on high. So if you were on Epic and you went down to high, it should already be high. If you were on high, you went down to medium, you're gonna just bump this up. Actually, I will just do this as if I'm on medium. Let's do it that way. So we'll set this to high. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go down to shadowing, okay? We're gonna set shadowing all the way down to low. Now, if you read it, control the distance, resolution, and overall quality of shadowing. So what this is gonna do is gonna make shadowing take less effect in the game. So all of our dark places are darker because of shadowing. So we're gonna reduce the shadowing. They'll still be dark places, but they won't be pitch black where you can't see your hand in front of your face. The next thing we're gonna change is gonna be max shadow cascades. Now you can set this, you can leave this as 2 for the default or down to 1. I've played with both of them. I personally like 1, so I'm gonna change it down to 1. You're gonna take your texture, you're gonna run that back up to what you were running. So I'm gonna set it back up to high. And then you're just gonna change your texture streaming accordingly to whatever is for your system. So I have my texture at high. I have my texture streaming set to 4500 for the high. All right, now you can take your effects. You can leave them on medium or high. I'll just bump mine back up to high. Now, this is a personal preference, but I would recommend it for everybody. If you're like me and you've killed like an animal in thick bushes and then you can't find it, this is what you want to do. Take your foliage and turn it down to low. Now, I'll show you what it looks like in game. All the grass that you can't actually like harvest, pick up or whatever, a lot less of it. The ground is more visible, and when you kill something, you can see it a lot better. Shading, we're gonna leave the same. And outside of that, that's all the settings we're gonna change here. We're gonna go back. If you obviously see this here, we have to reset our game for these changes to apply. So we're gonna go back. We're going to exit to the desktop, and then we're going to open Icarus back up. So I will see you once Icarus is back up and running. All right, so now we are back in the game, and as you can see, our graphics looks good. The game runs smooth. Let's run into this cave and see how lighting looks. And now we're in the cave and we don't need to have our torch out. I mean, I could pull it out, but it doesn't do that much for us. So our cave play now is significantly better. This is how it should look in my personal opinion anyways. The sunlight coming in through the entrance, and then sometimes there's like openings up here that you can get, but your caves are no longer super pitch black. And then I will show you guys what the gameplay looks like at night. All right, guys, so now here we are at night. I'm just running through it. We now have illumination from the moon or the other planet or whatever you want to call it. And we can actually see. Prior to making these changes, we weren't able to actually see at night, where we actually had to use our little stick to see. You can still use it if you want, but we can at least see where we're going, right? We can't see perfect, but it's no longer pitch black. Like I'm still running into trees and stuff. Definitely give these settings a try. Also, a side note, let me get back in my little hut here. Close the door. There we go. Let me go sit in front of the fire. If you are having issues with these settings, let's say your game's crashing, change this. We had it set at high and at 4500. If you are having issues, just go ahead and change it down to medium and down to 3500 and give that a shot. That should definitely allow you to not log in. That should definitely allow you to load in, and that should rectify that. So it's just the texture and the texture streaming is what you're going to change down. As well as if you don't like the way your foliage looks, go ahead, you can change that back up. I would go no higher than medium. I like low myself, so I'm keeping mine at low. But that's my time, folks. You guys are the noobs. I am the one and only Noob at Hard. You guys have been tuned into the Noob Network, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you have not done so yet, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, so you guys can stay up to date with all of my Noob content. And I'll catch you guys in the next.